Tape 8, October 15th. Still no sign of the preacher. No records, nothing. Something tells me he won't stay hidden for long.
For the Lord hath designed a most cruel and dark place. Yes, he has. It's where we put the heathen, the guilty men and women in his pavilion of pain, where lakes of fire burn and hot coals fall as hailstones from a black sky. You see, Gotham's days are numbered. I've seen it. He's shown it to me. He's shown me the fire. He's shown me the bodies writhing in flames. 'Cause that's what's waiting for you, you who don't accept me into your hearts. I am the messenger of truth, for the Lord hath anointed me with his sacred oil. He hath separated me above all others, and promised me and my children their rightful place in the new kingdom. That's right. You will be made princes of all the earth. Amen.
Blackfire's sermons are getting worse. He's not waiting for Armageddon. He's bringing it. And I'm going to be right there when he does. Tape 11, October 19th. Going back over some old interviews I did on Gotham's homeless. Numbers were dropping. No one knew why. I think there might have been a link to Blackfire.
My name's Terry Noonan. I worked the sewers best part of 20 years. You name it, I've seen it. Walls of fat so thick they'd swallow you up. Rats as big as dogs. Enough teeth and hair to give you nightmares. It's a different world down there.
I understand you've got a theory, Mr. Noonan.
Terry, please.
Some people like to think the homeless are disappearing because Gotham's pulling them out of the gutter. But you think different?
I've heard things. Strange things. Voices. Chanting.
Chanting?
Like church. It's been like this for months. I hear it more often, and it's getting louder.
Have you ever tried to find it?
Hey, I ain't stupid. Besides, none of my business. If you were smart, you'd think the same.
Noonan went missing not long after this. Cops found his body stuffed in one of those giant fat deposits. They said it was an accident. I figure he found something he wasn't supposed to. What the hell are you up to, Blackfire? Tape 23, October 26th. I was searching the archives and this little gem cropped up. Cops arrest a vagrant who's had a run-in with Blackfire. Guess we're starting to get some idea what this whack job's been up to.
Please state your name.
I haven't got a name. Not anymore. We're his children. His disciples.
Who?
Deacon Blackfire. The one true messenger. The Redeemer. He can save Gotham. He can save us all.
Well, he sounds like a nice guy.
You mock me, you fool. You don't know the power you're dealing with.
Okay, why don't you tell me?
1,000 years he has walked the earth, and 1,000 more he will reign. You're smiling. You think I'm crazy?
Hey, you're free to believe whatever you want.
I doubted him too once, and then I saw it. The blood is his power. He bathes in it.
I'm sure he does.
You can see it in their eyes when he draws the blade across their throat. They see it then. The light.
Okay, buddy, take it easy.
I have to leave. We have work to do. The final sacrifice is coming. It will grant him everlasting life.
Hey, sit down. Restrain him.
Get off me.
An army of homeless killers? Human sacrifices? Bathing in blood? I hope they're planning another sacrifice. You can't win the awards without a little human tragedy. Tape 25, October 30th. Got my hands on this forensic report. Human sacrifice. It's real. They're really happening.
The deceased M. Hollis, located in the abandoned premises, front-facing room to Hammond Close. Male, 33 years, approximately 6 feet, 210 pounds, brown hair. Found lying face up on a table central to the room. Contusions on the wrist and ankles, indicating the victim was restrained with a thick cord or rope. The neck has been cut. Deep incision severing the esophagus and main arteries. The body appears to have been drained of blood. Victim is naked. Clothes have been burned as well as personal effects. No sign of murder weapon. Symbols have been drawn onto the walls in victim's blood. Photographs logged. Scene secured by Detective Russo at 2100 hours.
Something big's happening. Blackfire's here, I know it. He wants that final sacrifice, but where? I need that last piece of the puzzle, then bam! Son of a bitch is mine. A big piece of the puzzle just fell into place. Lady of Gotham. That's where it's going down. I couldn't wait for you, Batman. Sorry. This one's too important to miss. Guess you're wondering what the Lady of Gotham connection is. Turns out there was a Blackfire tied up with the Miyagani people. His name crops up in tribal stories. Seems like they shot him with arrows. Shut him in a cave. You want to know where that cave is supposed to be? You got it. Directly beneath the Lady of Gotham. Looks like the irony didn't escape our preacher. Cash ran this guy's prints. Turns out he's got a past. Tax evasion, fraud. One file dates back to the 20s. Cash thinks it's got to be a mistake. Part of me wishes Blackfire was telling the truth. Guess we all want to believe, huh? Too bad he's just another con man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Circus of Strange is coming to a town near you. Never before has such a host of talented performers gathered in one place to amaze and entertain. Be astounded by Big Top. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Who knows? But I guarantee it's the most gigantically grotesque assortment of flesh you have ever seen. Be dumbfounded by the acrobatic oddity that is science. Stare open-mouthed as these conjoined triplets who defy the limits of the human body and its imagination. And last but by no means least, be stunned and horrified by the combustible wonder that is Phosphorus Rex. Folks, you gotta see it to believe it. Come and join us, and you'll never look at the world the same way again.
Yamashita, my dearest son. Oh, my perfect child. I make these recordings so that you are not alone. So that you know Daddy loves his son. Daddy loves his little pig. The circus has traveled far, and we have brought joy to many sad people. They join us now like a big family, growing week by week. Now they feel no pain. They know nothing of misery. I call them my Dollartrons. To each new home we move at night, finding a fresh patch of earth to inhabit. Secret places in forgotten parts of town. Ugly wastelands where the locals stumble unawares into our candy-striped tent. The Dollartrons are the first to greet them with open arms and perfect faces. The climax of the show is when I take them to see Mother. Oh, I tell you, they are amazed by my imagination, confounded by my dexterity, as each is transformed into a beautiful work of art. But Mother is hard to please. She wants more, always more, never satisfied, always driving me to work harder to obtain perfection. And I will. Night has drawn its curtain yet again, and the circus moves on, our numbers swollen to a different patch of earth. On the dark horizon, the building tops glimmer, the heat and smog of industry shrouds a den of criminals and beasts. Gotham is her name. Janosch, I'll tell you, the circus has come home. My dear Janosch, it is time you learned the truth about your mother, your real mother. I remember not her name or how she found me, wallowing in that pit of despair. Oh, like an angel, she swept into my turvy world, dragged me, screaming, from shapeless chaos, and wrapped me in her arms. She was a beauty, Janosch, a masterpiece, perfect in every way, until Mother Goat found her. Imagine my horror when I emerged from that dreamy soup and discovered what she'd done. Placenta face, cork-on smile, ribbons of ruptured flesh. Ooh, the nails had done their work. But by then my seed was already sown. Your life already begun. Mother would have killed you both had I not stopped her. Saved you from her rage. Day and night I worked, month after month, sculpting her loathsome clay to recapture the beauty that saved me that night. The night of your creation. She clung to me as you grew, as I toiled to make her right again. But nothing pleased Mother Goat! Nothing. I did all I could to fix her, to make her perfect. But by the time you came along, I couldn't even look upon that spoiled canvas of her face. I couldn't let that be the face that greeted you in this world. I had to end it, Janosch. For you. For Mother. She left me no choice.
I thought it best we meet alone, Edward.
I know what you're doing, Crane. Talking to me away from Cobblepot and the others. You're appealing to my ego.
Is it working?
Ha! I don't have an ego, Crane. I'm far too brilliant. Especially for the likes of you.
Of course, Edward. But nonetheless, we have a mutual foe.
A foe I could vanquish with but one of my cerebral lobes intact. Yet here you are, proposing an alliance that would let you bask in my luminescent glory.
But what if you failed, Edward? What if, by some underhand means, of course, the Batman were to humiliate you again?
Absurd.
I know, Edward, it's a frightening thought. How many failures can even your enviable reputation withstand? But if the Bat were distracted and tugged in too many directions by too many threats, why, then you would be assured of the upper hand.
I don't know how to respond to your ridiculous insinuations, so all I will say is this. Tell me which day you plan to attack Gotham, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, I will coincidentally put my entirely separate and superior master plan into effect.
How kind, Edward.
I will keep my fingers crossed.
Who is this?
Ah, Miss Kyle. You have the privilege of conversing with me, the Riddler, Gotham's premier supervillain and intellectual colossus.
And I'm honored, Eddie. Really. Bye.
Wait. I'll get to the point. I find myself in need of your unique skill set, your street smart, as your intellectually challenged kind adorably calls them.
I'm going to adorably hang up on you, Eddie.
No, listen. I need something acquired, something valuable.
Sorry, Eddie. It's just that I have all these clients who aren't insecure little power-mad man-children.
Fine. You may name your fee.
Information.
Ah, the most valuable commodity of all.
Scarecrow's planning something involving Batman.
I might be furnished with the absurd particulars of his ridiculous scheme.
I'll get you what you want, Eddie, if you tell me what I need to know.
Damn it! Sorry. Dropped it. Jittery hands. I keep thinking someone's gonna barge through the door at any moment. The scotch probably didn't help. Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? My name is Alex Sartorius. Dr. Alex Sartorius. And this? Well, I suppose this is my confession. 20 years ago, I went into business with my friend and business partner, Simon Stagg. Oh, it feels strange talking into this thing. I've never been one for the limelight. I never cared for attention. He was the businessman, I was the scientist. Stag Enterprises was a fine name by me. And we did fine work, too. I want you to remember that. Whatever comes out. The cure for the Tugela virus. That was us. The treatment for Collier syndrome. That was us, too. No. Not us. That was me. I never cared about the financials, of course. I never needed to. Don't you worry, Alex, Simon used to say, and I believed him. Believed him right up to the day he told me there was a big, gaping hole where next year's budget was supposed to be. I wonder, now, of course, if he was lying. I mean, can you blame me? If he'd just come out and asked me, I'd probably have said no. I'm no bleeding heart, but if there'd been no need. Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Jeez. Anti-anxiety meds, they rattle your brain. What I'm trying to say is that day, the day we ran out of money, that's when the weapons contracts